A shout out to Sergeant Markins this morning. That was some funny shit. I laughed and laughed. Shout out to NC Stoney, who has inspired my topic today. Shout out to Harley Day Rider, whose video I just started watching this morning about remembering old companies. And he was keen on saying what date it was because I guess it's because it's so warm out and he's still riding. So today is, I don't know, it's December something. 12th? 15th. I think today's December 15th actually. 2015. So 12, 15, 15. And you might ask, why do you always do that, Mike Haley 7? What's up with that, Mike? I'll tell you what it is. Several years from now, when I go back and look at my old video, I'll ask myself, geez, I wonder when that was. When did I make that video? And sometimes the video is made way in advance of when I actually publish it. So I want to make sure that the exact time when I was riding is said. It's just for me. Sorry if it annoys. What's the temperature this morning? 60 degrees Fahrenheit according to the bike. And I'm going over 60 miles per hour. Oh my God. So today, the topic is time. Old and new, and all things temporally related. So here's a, oh look at that, I guess it's moist outside, I don't know if you can see that, but I need to do some cleaning on this bike. So NC Stoney was talking about driverless cars and asking if we're ready. So I figured I'd put my 2 cents in on this one. You know, the Mercedes now has a computer system that keeps you inside your lane. It also has another system that keeps you a certain distance from whatever car is in front of you. So if that car slows down, your car slows down. If that car speeds up, your car speeds up to the speed limit. And so essentially you can just take your hands off the wheel and let the car do everything while you're on the highway. Which I find pretty amazing. Google, of course, as you know, they've already come out with a driverless car. It's still in the testing phase, but the technology is really moving quickly. Oh, what's going on here? Anyway, so would you use that feature if you had it in your car? I think on long, boring trips I would. On the highway. I mean, I would still watch the road, and I'd still have my hands ready for the most part until I fell asleep. No, I would try not to fall asleep. But eventually the technology will be so good you'll get into your car in the morning or whenever, and you'll just say, take me here, and the car will take you there. You could fall asleep. Have it wake you up when it gets there. Mrs. Smith, your car has arrived at its destination. I would use it, but I would not want to have a car where I was taken out of the loop entirely. I would want to have override authority. And I'm sure there are going to be mess-ups. But I think as time goes on and technology improves, I think the computer will outperform humans, making driving a lot safer. And there will be a time when people won't even think about driving a car. They'll just get in and tell the car where to go. As the young kids, you know what I mean? They grew up with this stuff and they don't have a problem with it. We older folks, oh, never do that. Brr. The old days were a lot better. That's what old people do. The old days were better. There's this kid at my school. He's a black kid, nice kid. He dresses like it's 1920. He's got the old Scully cap on, and he's got those pants that tuck into your socks, kind of like knickers or whatever. He has his textbooks wrapped in a leather belt. So he dresses like it's the 1920s or 30s. And I'm thinking, dude, you're dressing in the style of a time when people considered you less than human. Do you really want to be emulating those days? But I understand it. The old days have a certain flair to them, certain nostalgia. But if you really think about it, were the old days so much better than now? Medical technology back in those days, medical knowledge even, was not as good as today. So if a lot of the things that would kill you then, you don't die from now, or debilitating stuff back then is just simple operation now. Socially, I mean, African Americans or black people, whatever, anybody who wasn't white pretty much couldn't go into certain parts of town or into certain towns entirely. They had lynchings back in those old days. I mean, socially, things were pretty messed up. Violence-wise, I mean, we were killing thousands, millions of people in World War I and World War II. I don't think the past was better than today. I think today is better than the past. I think tomorrow is going to be better than today. Well, this is my Keely 7 saying, have a nice day. I'll talk to you later.
Sweet Marie, I can hardly wait.